Uncle Ray never let anyone into the basement. But after the fire, what they discovered was shocking. Uncle Ray was quiet, always tinkering with things in the garage, but he had one hard rule: never open the basement door. It had a keypad lock, and if anyone even asked about it, he'd just chuckle and say, "Old junk I should have thrown out years ago." But his tone always turned cold. No one dared go near it. Then one night a fire broke out in the house. Ray didn't make it. When the fire crew cleared the wreckage, the basement door was still intact, untouched. His nephew Jordan had always wondered. He waited until the smoke cleared and asked the fire chief if he could see inside. "Are you sure?" the chief asked. Jordan nodded. The keypad was melted, but the lock gave way with a crowbar. The door creaked open, and what Jordan saw made him stumble backward. The basement door groaned open slowly. Smoke still hung in the air, but Jordan could see, and what he saw made him stumble backward. The basement was untouched by fire, pristine, organized, and cold. Rows of metal shelves lined the walls, each one filled with labeled boxes. No furniture, no decorations, just a single desk in the center of the room, and an old reel-to-reel tape recorder sitting on top. Jordan stepped closer. There was a note taped to the machine. It said, "Play me." He hesitated, then pressed play. The machine clicked, then word, and then Uncle Ray's voice filled the room. "If you're hearing this, then I'm gone. And if you're in my basement, you've probably already seen the others." Others? Jordan looked around, heart pounding. "I've spent my life building a wall between myself and the truth, but no wall lasts forever. There's something I never told anyone. In 1964, I made a mistake." Jordan's blood went cold. On the shelves were more boxes, each with a name and a date. He pulled one out. Ella M., April 1972. Inside were newspaper clippings, photographs, case files, and police reports. Missing persons. He opened another, then another. All of them, dozens of them, were about disappearances, all within 100 miles, all within the last 60 years. The tape continued. "I didn't take them, if that's what you're thinking, but I found them, or what was left of them." Jordan felt sick. He dropped the file and stepped away. "I tried going to the police, twice. They ignored me, said I was delusional. So I did the only thing I could. I documented everything, every scrap, every pattern, every person who went missing, and where I found the evidence, because something out there is taking them." Jordan looked at the wall again. A large map was pinned near the ceiling, string-connected pins like a spider web, and in the center, written in black ink, Ravens Hill. It was a forest, just 12 miles from town. He knew the place. Everyone did. Kids told ghost stories about it growing up. But Ray had real documents, real pictures. He wasn't chasing legends. He was tracing a pattern. Then the tape clicked again. "If you want to stop this, you have to keep going. Look under the desk." Jordan bent down. There was a false panel. Inside, a rusted metal box with another envelope taped on top. It was labeled, "For Jordan." He opened it. Inside was a letter. "You were always the curious one. Maybe that's why I left it for you. Not to scare you, to trust you. There's one last place I never checked. The place I was too afraid to go. But you, maybe you'll be braver. You'll need the key inside this box. And the photo. Take both. And be careful who you trust." Jordan opened the box. Inside was an old metal key and a black and white photo. In the photo, Ray stood in front of a tree, but not just any tree. It was massive, twisted, rotting, and behind it, just barely visible, was a wooden door. Later that night, Jordan couldn't sleep. He sat with the files spread across his floor. Dates, names, places, each one chilling. But one folder was different. It had his mother's name on it. Jordan's jaw clenched. He opened it. Inside was a single page, a death certificate, marked inconclusive, no known cause, and a photograph of her car, parked near Ravens Hill. The next morning, Jordan packed a flashlight, a backpack, and the key. He drove to the edge of Ravens Hill and hiked alone. The forest was quiet, dead quiet. After an hour, he found the tree. It was real, the same tree from the photo, and behind it, a wooden door, nearly hidden by moss and vines. He stepped closer. The metal key fit perfectly. The lock clicked, and the door creaked open. A narrow staircase led underground. He turned on his flashlight and descended slowly. The air smelled of damp soil and rot. Then, a noise, a creak, a shuffle, a breath that wasn't his. He turned the light and saw them. Clothing, bones, symbols carved into the walls, old relics, arranged like a shrine, and something else, a camera, still running. Behind the altar was a journal. He opened it. Dozens of names were crossed out. Some matched the boxes in Ray's basement. And the last name, Jordan M., written, but not yet crossed out. He ran, back up the stairs, out of the door, into the daylight. But as he sprinted toward his car, he realized his tires were slashed, and someone had been here before him. The camera wasn't just watching the past, it was watching now. Later that night, he went back to Ray's basement. He took every file, every tape, and every note, and he made a choice to go public. He posted the footage, the files, the map. He told the world what Ray had found, and what he had almost died discovering. But not everyone believed him. Some said it was an elaborate hoax, but the disappearances stopped, at least for now. And every year, Jordan still visits the tree. The door is gone. The roots have covered everything. But the basement, Ray's truth, lives on. Not in darkness, but in warning, because secrets don't stay buried forever.